You ever watch a movie that just kind of makes you sad? I saw Dark Waters. It's a movie with Mark Ruffalo and Anne Hathaway, and it's kind of a period slash legal drama kind of thing. So it's about how the chemical company DuPont um, invented this chemical called C8 or PFOA, which is it's like a fluorocarbon basically. That's a bunch of carbon atoms in a line, and then there's like a fluoride at the end. Um, and so they invented this chemical, and they used it on like consumer products. They used it, um, they used it for all kinds of things, all kinds of consumer products. So they used it in carpeting, they used it in pans, they used it in just all kinds of consumer products. And then at the plant where they made it, they pumped it into the air. They dumped it in the river. They put it in barrels and buried the barrels and then dug up the barrels later, and it was this whole thing. Um, and they did that all in like the 1970s. Or in the 1970s, they found out that this PFOA thing was like harmful to people. That if you could get all kinds of cancer, or you could have all kinds of health problems from this thing. And they found this out, by studying 7 pregnant women who were working at the factory, without saying anything, obviously. And, well, I mean, it's not obvious. You would expect that the right thing to do would be to, once you study people and find out that you're creating birth defects, you should probably tell people not to work on this stuff, because it could damage them. But they just kind of swept it under the rug. It's pretty. It doesn't make me feel good. It's not a movie that makes you feel good, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't watch it. The entry point to the story is Mark Ruffalo's character, who's kind of this lawyer who defends chemical companies. He's at like a law firm, kind of a big city guy. It's all in Ohio. It's not in New York or something, but it's still a city, right? Ohio has some big cities in it. And he, like a farmer, walks into his office and he says, "Watch these tapes. I made these tapes." And Mark Ruffalo's like, I'm kind of busy, actually. Could you maybe not? Could you come back later or something? And the guy's like, "It's your grandmother recommended me." So naturally, he has to go investigate. And as he's putting these clues together, he's figuring out, how exactly all of this stuff happened. And he's reading through legal documents. He's doing the kind of work that probably will be done by robots in the future. Discovery, where you scan bajillions of documents and you try and build a case basically out of the evidence, or you look for something that's fishy. And fortunately, he's friends with a guy at DuPont who sends him truckloads of evidence, actually, in the hopes that he won't read all of it or anything. But anyways, so they're suing DuPont, and that's the movie. It sort of jumps forward in time every so often. Like they give you a little snapshot of what was happening. It starts in like 1998, I think. So everything looks 90s, and they do kind of establish the period as they keep going, as they keep jumping forward. I mean, they have text on the screen that tells you how long it's been since the start of the legal proceedings and all that. But I don't know. It doesn't exactly have um like a narrative arc. I mean, I guess it does. I guess it sort of has a narrative arc to it. Because, like, at the beginning of the movie, he's just a lawyer who doesn't want to bother with any of this stuff. And at the end of the movie, he's a lawyer who does want to bother with all of this stuff because, he cares about the treatment of humans, and he cares about humans being safe and compensated for horrible pollution and malpractice by corporations. So, um, yeah. Oh, I guess I should also mention that, like 3M did studies and figured out that the chemical was dangerous, and they told DuPont that it was dangerous, and DuPont didn't do anything about it. Um, but let's see what else. What else is there? You've got um, I again, it's not like a movie you go to for fun. It's like a movie that tells you horrible, horrible things. I really want to see a nice, soft, easy, fun movie next. Okay, I don't want to see this Dark Waters thing. I don't want to see like Dark Waters Part Two. You know, it just it bothers me an awful lot. Seeing a movie like this. Um, but that doesn't mean it's not an important movie to have. Hopefully people headline news or whatever, and they would just know stuff, or they would do. With, um, I don't know, man. I think the main reason I went to see this movie was actually because I saw the trailer, and there's this like really great moment that just made me laugh out loud, and it's in the trailer. But as a whole, the movie didn't really make me laugh out loud. That's not what it was intended to do anyway. So, yeah, no, it's just kind of a sad time. But as a movie, it's well made, I suppose. You've got you've got some. I mean, I guess I did this the cinematic thing. Audio, music seemed to be pretty good. They didn't really have need of many effects or anything. It was just it's all live action. So, um, but yeah, I mean, I guess go see it if you prefer watching a movie to reading an article, because the movie is based on like an expose article about this thing. So.